I was born in Greece, spent the first 10 years of my life there. My first clear memory was playing in the Parthenon, which you can't even walk into it now. From the time I was 3, it was museums and concerts and plays and archaeological sites and spiritual places and the sea and growing up with the Greek myths. So it was just an incredible visual experience. And then I was transferred here to America in the middle of winter of 1966 to Lorain, Ohio. And I absolutely hated every minute of it. I work with 2 different themes. One is nature and the other is women, and they are integrated. Women, like nature, is resilient and powerful and at times vindictive. And so, you don't respect it, it's going to bite you. This is one of the nature pieces. The blues, I've done bluegrass, and so this is the one for classical. And so I did this one piece where the opera singer is Brunhilde with the horns, the lion that's playing the harpsichord, kind of Mozart, and what else but a female peacock playing the harp. And then I take those initial drawings and I put them into the computer. And this is kind of accessing who I am as a person as well. Born in the old world, raised in the new world. Then I manipulate the individual pieces to get them the right size that I want, whether it has to be flipped, whether it has to be bigger or smaller, or how I want it to integrate with each other. And at the end, I end up with a final piece that I transfer on parchment paper, and then that parchment paper transfers through a paper called Sorel paper, which is a white graphite paper, onto the scratch board. And what it is a white clay-covered board that it either stays white and you apply ink to it, or it comes pre-inked. Then I get a very sharp knife and usually a glass of wine, and I scratch away the black ink to expose the white underneath. So I'm working in reverse. I like to create movement with it and shadows, so depending on how light the strokes are. I like the way his hair is turning out, too. So once I get this illustration all worked out, it can take anywhere between a week, or it can take me months to do it. So once I get the scratching done, the piece is done as far as I'm concerned. It's all black and white. I could apply color. I choose not to. I'm not very comfortable with color to put on the original piece. So I bring it to the 21st century. I scan it into Photoshop, and then I apply color digitally. And that way, if I don't like something, I haven't messed it up. So this is Athena, and black and white, cleaned up. And then I start going in real close, pick the color for the helmet that she's wearing. And I think I want to put some highlights in here to give it a little bit more depth. Now see, that's way too dark. I don't like it, so I can go back and change it. And then in the end, when it's all said and done, it looks like that. This is Mistras, and this is an abandoned Byzantine village in the Peloponnese. And it's a ghost town, literally a ghost town. And so these are the ghosts that occupy it. This is one of the last queens of the Greek Byzantines, Theodora Tuco. And this is Constantine, the last Byzantine emperor, and of course the black cat that kept following me around everywhere. This is Persephone, queen of the underworld. And so she was kidnapped by Hades, did not want to be in the land of the dead. So she was very lonely. And so she made friends in this story that I came up with. She makes friends with a three-headed dog, Cerberus, because no one understands little pit bulls. They're always so misunderstood. And so two lost souls have kind of come together to help each other. This is my mother in a refugee camp in Greece. And she inspired this particular piece. Well, she's my hero. It was her birthday, and she had just turned 84, and I just wanted to do a tribute to her. My whole point is to draw things through an emotional lens. For instance, Sally Rides, of course, one of my heroes, lost her way too young, and so I decided that I wanted to do an image of her, and then this is the final piece that came out. Powerful feminine. She took it from Earth and brought it into space. Josephine Baker was another incredible woman at the time that she was famous, and the fact that she had to go to another country to do what she did so well. And again, it's not a representation of her, but of the movement and the feeling and the emotion. And this is what my friend Diana, who I went to Greece with. She was up for anything and everything. And so it's Diana, if you look at it from the Roman point of view, but it's Artemis, and she is, well, it kind of speaks for itself in terms of she's letting the guy know that no. Every Christmas, I do a predator and a prey. Again, talking about us, taking care of each other, whether we're animals or humans taking care of the world, that we all can get along. Seriously, we can, trust me. And so this is this year's Christmas piece of a grizzly bear and reindeer. I love combining history and relating it to modern issues so that people can see that mankind has not changed that much. The same things that were relevant 3,000 years ago are seriously relevant now. One of these days we'll get it right. I have a lot of faith in that. What matters is that we are all brothers and sisters, that we all inspire each other across the world. And we need to also be caretakers of this world. And those are the things that I want to present with my art.